Welcome back to No Gears, No Glory. Thanks for joining us. Today we have a new project we're working on. We're going to be replacing the headlight and fender on a 2018 Toyota Tacoma. Stick with us. Well, as you can see, this fender is toast, and so is the headlight. We even have a little bit of hood damage right here where the hood got pushed in a bit, cracked the paint, so we're gonna have to touch that up as well. So basically we just got to dig into this and get the fender off, get the headlight out, and start the replacement process and correct this. I'm gonna try and paint the new fender. We traditionally just put a wrap over the fender, and the fender we have that came in has a just a black matte finish on it right now, which would be fine to put a new wrap on. I want this to look like a finished vehicle, so we're gonna try and get that done. Here we go. First thing we're gonna do is start removing all the nuts and bolts around the fender well and the top of the hood. And I believe most of those are gonna be a 10 mil. It's a Toyota, it's a 10 mil. Alright, so we've got these little clips that go in here that attach the inner wheel well to the fender. Here's a broken one. Basically they've got two little squeeze points that if we can get in there, we can actually pop them out and reuse them. So right now I'm just trying to get a good visual on what I have to disconnect down below. It's kind of hard to see, and I figure this gives me a very open valley to look. Open valley to look. English is my second language. Mumbling is my first. I've got two more bolts to take out. One of them has to come through the door jamb, which cannot be opened currently because of the way the fender is. And one of them's down below that I can get with my extension. Look at this fabulous piece of protective equipment out of there. Right, the last one is right in there. And there she fell once I took it out. Alright, this is what we've got. We are officially removed. Nice. So a couple of things that I just had to fix real quick is this post here. This was bent down and out of the way. And this one also was bent out of place. I just took like a traditional house hammer and nail hammer and just kind of tapped it back into place. There's probably a little adjustments I'm still gonna have to do once I mount the fender on there. And same with this one. But for the most part, it's pretty straight. And this actually has a little perch that we're gonna have to drill holes through. These are actually tack welded on, and that that little piece I'll show you in a second doesn't have holes in it. So we'll drill holes in there. We'll make small little bolt holes, and we'll just put a bolt washer and a nut on it, and we'll call it good on that. And here's that piece. So basically we're just gonna drill two holes right here. You can kind of see where the tack welds were, so I know exactly where to put the holes. But obviously we're gonna have to kind of tap that and pound that into place to get it straight again. That is definitely not how it's supposed to look. This should actually be flat here. These should be flat. This should be flat and be a nice kind of triangular piece to sit there upright. So here's that piece, and we basically need to make this flat right here, this straight right here, this flat right here, and this flat part of this being straight. We're just going to work on it with the vise. We're going to just kind of press it all into place, and then we'll straighten it out with a hammer. See if we can't kind of tweak it into place with the vise. Now I want to be careful with this. It looks as though this is our flat spot right here. However, since we have to drill holes, I wanted to make sure we had enough of a straight edge. We'll go back in and kind of find that traditional flat end. Now obviously we have to correct this. This is not right at all. And this is going to be a little bit different because this piece has the captured nut back here, so it won't necessarily bend it correctly to begin with. Now we have to get this part back to flat. Let's get a hammer, start flattening it out. Alright, let's get these on here. Just have to increase the diameter size of those holes real quick. That's 3. Alright. Here we go. Nice. So we have a rubber isolator right here and right here that the intake cover goes on. So this intake plenum goes up into here and presses up and sits in these isolators. So I'm loosening these up so they can slide back in properly. Oh, never mind. They clip in. Loving that. The intake is on. So now I'm just doing a test fit to see how everything lines up here. So we know that these pieces along here are all bent. So we're going to start with the door jamb as our basis of alignment so that we know the door can open past it. Alright, seems to be going together pretty well. Everything's lined up pretty good except this post right here. So I just got to get this aligned right here and then we'll be good on that. Alright, let's pull it back off. So here's our headlight that we got in. I haven't checked it out yet. Hopefully it's the right match. This stuff often is hard to match up online. Pictures or stock images, so we'll see if it's the right one. Alright, there we go. Nice. Looks like the right one. It's got our amber daytime running light, LED headlight. These came with the bulbs. Fantastic. Ah, that's a win. Old headlight, gone. It cracked the paint in the process, so what I want to do is try to